Okay, let's take a look at some of the drawing tools. So your line tool or pencil tool is an invaluable tool for drawing. So when you're working in SketchUp, you rarely ever click and drag. You click, move to the endpoint, click again. So if I wanted to make a rectangle, I would click, move up, click, come over, click, come down, click on, you see I'm obeying the guides that are telling me I'm clicking on that green. So it's matching the other side, click, then come back and click again. And what I've done here is I've made a rectangle. Now, I can push pull this up into shape, or I could draw on top of it first. Let's push pull this up into shape. And now what I want to make sure you understand is the idea of inferencing. So if I grab this line tool and I move to the corner, you'll see it gives me a green circle for the end point. If I get to the middle, it gives me my midpoint. It gets to the other end and it says end point. So that midpoint will help me find the midpoint across the middle of a shape. So every time I subdivide it, it'll find additional midpoints, and I can find the midpoint across from there to there. And the reason why that's important is because I can now edit the shape using those midpoints. So that's another really important part of using SketchUp is the pencil tool. Okay. Um, and when I'm looking for corners or references or inferences, it can help me with finding that. Okay. And so that pen tool is a very important tool for editing shapes. And now I can take this and edit this. Okay. I also have an arc tool, which can draw an arc. And then I want to close it with something. And then I can push pull that up. So once again, I can make very interesting shapes with the arc tool. Remember that you click again, and then you click and drag to pull out your arc. And when you're using the pencil tool, the arc tool, I can freehand or I can set in a measurement. So if I wanted to make a box that was 5 feet by 5 feet, I'd click, start to drag out before I click again. I would type in 5'enter, and now I have a line that's 5 feet out, and then I'll move across here and type 5'enter, and then I'll come down back to here. That's going to be 5 feet. And then when I come back to here, that's going to be 5 feet. So I've made a box that's 5 by 5 feet. I grab my push pull tool. I can click and drag that up. And if I wanted it to be 5 by 5 by 5, type in 5'enter. And now I have a box that's 5 by 5 feet. Okay. And when you're using the pencil tool, and I want to dissect the shape, you have to make sure that you cut all the way through to the other side. Otherwise, it's just a line sitting on its surface. Okay. And I hit escape to escape. So for instance, I could push pull this, but I can't push pull this. It's just an empty line sitting out in space. So I have to make sure that I draw all the way through the shape if I want to find if I want to bisect a shape or edit a shape. Selecting, if I click on one surface, I select. If I double click, I'll select the edges, and if I triple click, it'll select the whole shape. I can also trap select to select the shape. Click once to select the face, double click to select the face and its edges, triple click to select the whole object, right? Let's get rid of that. And then I also have a freehand drawing tool. And so you can do freehand drawings. And then I can push pull that up into three-dimensional space as well. So you can freehand draw in SketchUp as well. Okay, so those are your drawing tools. I can enter in increments, or I can just freehand or eyeball it. And it depends on what you're doing. The freehand tool is probably the least most important tool in here. It's very rare that you actually just kind of freehand things, but it is there and it is available to you.